Crescent Church Studios. I'm Wayne Clevenger, and I just wanted to fill you in on some things that we've got going on for you. We have two podcasts going on right now that have been going on for a while, but you may not have seen them in a bit. One is the Daily Walk, and we're walking through the Bible in a year again. You know, last year we did it, and we did an episode a day as we walk through the Bible. And this year, what we're doing different is we are still going through the Bible. Some of us going through it again. This will be my 10th time. And what's really cool is as you go through it each time, you learn something new. But this year, what we're doing different is we're summarizing each book of the Bible as we finish it. So we're not doing an episode till we finish a book on the Bible. Now, right now, we're in the Minor Prophets, and so that is more frequent than it was earlier when we were doing longer books of the Bible, like in Isaiah, where there was 66 chapters. It took a little longer to get to it. But here you go. We're in the Minor Prophets, and they're more frequent. And my hint to you is in October, we start the New Testament. So if you're a New Testament lover, this is a great time to join in because the summaries come more frequent and you get to hear what was said right before the Messiah was born. There was a big time there of hiatus where nothing happened. But here's the thing. Everything that was written in the Old Testament is fulfilled in the New. So if you want to join us, these Daily Walk Bibles are available at Amazon. They're a good read. They're available in paper. They're available on Kindle. Kindle's an easy read. Paper, there's a way to read. So you can go to my Facebook page and click on the Daily Walk group. And in that group, we give a little video on how to read it. There's just so you don't get lost in it. There's also a picture of what the Bible looks like, so you make sure you get the right one. It's an orange NLT version of the Bible. It's easiest to read. There's also a green NIV version, which it's okay either way you read. I'm actually reading through the NIV version this year. I've read through the NLT one probably 7 times, and the NIV, this will be my 3rd time. So it's not a bad thing either way you go, as long as we're reading through the Word, because every time we read it, we get something new. And even though this is like my 10th time through it, I'm picking up, as I shared with someone the other day, I'm picking up even something new this year. So I encourage you to do that. And the other one we're in is called The Reckoning, WRECK''NING. And man, do we encourage you to do that. We've had some great guests on that podcast. The Reckoning is about a time in your life where God wrecks you. That's where we get the WRECK. And it's a play on spelling, I know, but it's really cool. The picture on your podcast app is going to be a picture of a flower in a vase, and it's a flower that is by itself, but it's like having new life, because after we get reckoned, it's like we have new life. It's like God gives us something new to look at, and we have this whole new revelation, right? And so I've shared my story. I just recently had a couple of guests in there, and one's name is Mike, and he talks about a reckoning he had when surgery he had went bad, and God just spoke to him, and his life's been changed radically, and man, does he speak Jesus. Whew, it's exciting to hear his testimony. And then Dr. LaShonda Cunningham. Her story is great. She wrote a book recently, and we share from her book and how that really has changed her life, and it can change others. She recently did a book signing, and that turned out real well. And so you want to hear those podcasts. Now, here's another thing I wanted to fill you in on. On Wednesday this week, we're going to post part 2 of Dr. Cunningham's episodes, because her stuff is so full. We had to divide it into 2 parts because her story is so good and we didn't want to shortchange it. Okay. So make sure you hear part 1 and then be ready to hear part 2, because part 2 is the remainder of it, and it's loaded with information that's good. It's loaded with stuff that'll change your life. It's loaded with the stuff that reveals the fact to find true freedom, we have to find forgiveness to experience real love. Amen. Without getting all pastoral and getting into, because I'm a pastor, getting into the scriptures deep, that's the truth. And so make sure you catch those podcasts. Make sure you catch those episodes. And the last thing I want to leave you with is I'm going to be putting more of the stuff that I bring and that I preach, my ministry, on our YouTube channel, Compassion Church Online. It's here on the screen for you. It's youtube.com/@Compassion Church Online. And you'll be able to find it there beginning this week. I'll be traveling to a few different churches for a bit, but then in the second week of next month, I'll be at a church that we should be able to lock in and see what God has for us. So have a great rest of your day. Check these podcasts out and make sure you're ready to see what Dr. Cunningham has in the last episode. Oh, or is it? How about the second episode of her great interview?